And I found this note in a little book that I wrote while I was still in Paris, a long time before I ever came to Italy. And in a valley, I will live with my white cat Mimi, and a donkey, and an owl, and a little red fox. And there will be little frogs and lizards and wee bats. And I will grow tiger lilies and green and mauve orchids with chocolate-coloured spots. And I will be at peace there, away from all the world. Gee, it smells good, Rudy. I'd love to go to that circus. Where is it? Right in Naples? La da dee da dee dee dee, da da dee da 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 da. In the morning, we wake up, but that's when I do my face.
Well, that's the funny thing. Like, morning and evening is always the same.
Yeah.
You know, because it's always involved with a family sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know, feeding and dusting and brushing, and evening's the same thing.
That's henbane. That's a witchy plant. It's very furry. Yep. It's full of little seeds. And you smoke too many of those seeds and you get the black madness. That's what it's called. Oh, a little snail. Just like a bindyboo, he looks. Oh, the bindyboos, yeah. They live in the Never Never Land in Australia. They're beautiful people. And they just live on little lizards and berries, and nothing else. Yeah. And when they sleep, they just dig a little hole in the sand. And it's all windy out there, and there's nobody. That's why it's called the Never Never Land. And the boys, they have kind of all wind-blown hair, all stiff and wind-blown, and they have long legs. And the little lubras are beautiful, and they have beautiful tummies. And they've got very pointed knees. They're lovely people. I call myself a bindyboo sometimes. That's all. Up in the bush, in Australia. It's very beautiful. It's big gum trees, and it's very overgrown, with big kind of, ferns and everything. It's the most silent kind of bush you can imagine, and you just hear far off the bellbirds and everything. And there's a lot of little creeks that used to come down near this big lake where we were living, And sometimes I used to follow them right up, Used to go, deep into the bush and everything, and then you'd come to an old kind of disused coal mine, and there were beautiful vines growing and everything. It was weird, and I always loved those little creeks. They were absolutely clear, it's their little pebbles and everything. It's beautiful. I remember in Australia, when I used to have to work, because I wouldn't go to school, I used to go to these big factories and work in glove factory, paper flower factories and all that kind of thing. And I used to stay 3 days and I'd have to move, take up another job and everything, It was weird. One factory after another, big factories, Okay, one of the oldest propositions was when my mum came from Australia once. I went to England to meet her, and she said, "Listen, lamb," she says, "why don't you have a permanent wave?" She wanted me to go to the hairdressers and have a permanent wave, Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. Odd to me would be like, I don't know, taking up typewriting or something. I'd consider that very odd, doing something like that. You know what I mean? That for me would be kind of, well, that wouldn't be odd, that would be a nightmare. I don't mean typewriting, but what it entails, all that kind of weird thing. Do you know, that would make me commit suicide. Can you imagine that? If I would be forced to kind of do something like that, take up a job and do a thing like that, that would wreck me. That would break my back in a week, man. Well, humans are pretty odd things. In a way, to me, they're like puppies, you know. The grown-ups had become something else. When a grown-up touches me too much and I don't want, I'd turn around and swipe and run. You know, I wouldn't have put up with it too long. I would have turned around and walloped or run, you know. They all don't matter. The main thing is that they leave us alone. That's all, you know. That's all. I just want our governor to protect us, that's all. The governor of Saliana's got to protect us. I don't care what we do. I don't care how many laws we break. I don't give a damn, you know. They've got to protect us. That's all. Simple.
Why are we sitting in a garbage?
You know, why should I explain myself kind of thing, you know? To people who wouldn't understand anyway, you know. How should they understand? They'd have to kind of live me, you know, and then maybe they'd understand, you know what I mean? Now what? Humans just aren't animals, man. If only they were, you know. That's why they have this thing always about needing a God and being saved and everything, because then they're just floating in space somewhere, poor babies. Like an animal don't need that, you know. Animal is still there, you know, but humans aren't. Which one is little love? Foxy, 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 Foxy. Oh, oh. You see. Oh, what are those gentlemen looking at? Huh? What are those gentlemen looking at, Foxy? I love tattooing. And I love, I don't know, there's something beautiful about tattoos on skin. I just like it, you know. I like the tattoos of the Arab people in Punjab, yeah, Maoris. Did you see the way all the nuns looked at me yesterday in Naples? Wow! Some of them were like shocked kind of housewives, you know. In Rome, they often used to cross themselves when they go past me, you know. You know, obviously they think, I don't know what they think, but they're kind of scared somewhere, you know. They cross themselves. It's weird. And for some reason, priests kind of bother me. Like, a priest come towards me, you know, they very rarely will look me in the eyes, a priest. You know, it's very weird. Strange. I'm writing in my black book. That's where I put all my dreams and everything that I find beautiful. And sometimes the black moon, moon time too, and that's not so beautiful. At the moment, I've just been writing all about the Loch Ness Monster. And I write in here all special things. Everything. It's like when I kind of not writing in this book, that's when I make my big drawing. The big drawing with the big figure in the middle and the beautiful kind of little mouse woman and everything like that, everything that's inside me. And that's why I call it the black book, because everything in the dark, you know, everything that comes out of the dark, that's beautiful for me. And that's where the light shines, in the dark. I like the face of a little wall builder I see sometimes, and his voice. I feel him in my belly, and he's not what they call handsome at all. Oh, no. That's Raphael. Today, I make marmalade jam, make love with Buffy, and wear a diamante hair clip behind my ear, and I go to the horse and donkey market. Buffy bought from Sereno a salt lick for sheep and goats, and special oil for white Mimi and Bill the boxer to make them strong, a diamante brooch for me with 28 diamantes, and a snuff box made out of horn to put pot in, both swiped. Best thing of all is a royal purple silken shawl. Buff found for me all crocheted with long tassels. It's beautiful and fit for a grand tinker wearing yellow boots. And there's new fine cream for the face, and tonight a windy, rainy night. The Madonna is being made. Oh no, the Madonna has being made for her a stand with 8 legs. George the Golden Rooster needs urgently a house to live in. Oh, Fanny Trot's beautiful now. I rode her far along the coast road today. Never was there a donkey more noble. And this is the gypsy spell. If a girl wishes for a boy's love, she makes a paste out of the hair, the spit and blood and nails of the boy. Of these she makes a figure which she must bury at a crossroad. And when the moon is at the first quarter, she must then piss on that spot and say, I love you, and when your image shall have perished, you'll follow me as a dog follows the bitch. You need a clear night, a bright moon from the first quarter to the full moon, and a rocking chair and solitude. You place your rocking chair in a secluded spot and sing to the moon, rocking backwards and forwards as you do so. The rhythm of the rocking is an important part of the whole operation. You know, you have to kind of get a real steady rock up. Then you sing to the moon about those things you want her to tell about. Making up the words as you go along. You keep on singing and looking at the moon until you hear another voice, either singing in your head or coming from somewhere that seems to be near. Don't stop your singing, but let the other voice sing with you. You should then get the answer to the problem or the question you ask. Some people get it in actual words, others receive a kind of vivid impression, and a third group get it after the singing, perhaps in the same night, in a very vivid dream. And it invariably happens if you do it the right way, you know. Well, anybody can try this for themselves, but just how you get your rocking chair and yourself to a secluded spot and out in the open is your problem. It was a very famous cat in the resistance during the war, Mr. Williamson. And just after the war, the British government asked him to do a resume on witchcraft in England to see if it was still prevalent, you know. And he said it doesn't exist anymore. and very shortly afterwards, he wrote a book, and obviously he's the head of a whole 63 witch covens. you know. And through that guy, somehow they must know about me, because whenever anything appears in the newspapers in England, they immediately document it and everything. And in England, there was a few articles about me saying that I was a witch, you know, and living down here on the coast, you know, get down near Calabria and everything. Obviously, the guy already knows about me, and somehow I've been asked to join a witch coven. I think it's a gas. The Aborigines of Australia, witches and towers, withering hearts, wind and grey days, things, fairy food, dragonflies, flowers, bees and night moths, face veils and so on, herbs and power-giving plants, the power of the moon, turbans, the colours of dreams. There, my heart. Now your hair will be as red as Foxy. Yeah. Foxy and me. Hmm? I wonder where she came from, huh? Calabria. I want gold lace for her. Eh? Beautiful gold lace. And blue. Ah, she's got to wear blue. Nee.
She gonna be tasting.
I don't know. I'm going to leave a thief there, that's for certain sure. Now, how you like the beautiful Green Valley, eh? You like to live here with me, my lady, eh? I think we give you red hair, eh? Just like me. Hmm? Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Hmm? Yeah. All tattered and torn.
Love. Hey, hey, sweetheart. Hey, you got to be brave, girl. Oh, yeah, love. Elan, Elan, come here. Elan, Mommy's here, love. Elan. Here.
Ah, suicide. Well, just about all my friends committed suicide, I guess. I don't feel for it anymore, you know. Man, I'm living it up so much now, I don't think about it, you know. Yeah, dying's going to come quick enough, you know. I'm not going to have to commit suicide anymore. You know, like when I used to think about it, I was a strong kid, you know. You know what I mean? I was strong, and the only thought of dying, the only way of dying would have been to commit suicide, you know what I mean? Well, now I'm so full of living that, you know, when I die, it's going to go foxy-wise, you know. You know what I mean? Or if something happens, or, you know, your heart gives out or something.
Why do you use knife and fork when you eat?
It's a thing.
You could eat
Because
this.
you would get your hands very greasy.
No, look at the arrows.
Well, you always could wash them.
And the most of the population nowadays, and well, because we were brought up to eat with knife and fork.
Well, they were brought up with plague.
No, they were not. And you sure for sure were not brought up to paint your eyes. I bet you.
Oh,
I
did.
Oh, but don't be silly, Rudi. Do never wear. In good Vienna, you can't imagine in Vienna.
My mother insisted that I should wear much more.
No, your mother, you just
timid.
Oh, Maria, it's completely unreasonable, though. That's a lovely
Vali,
slogan. It's
prega
completely
avanti,
unreasonable.
bere il vino e relazione bicchiere vuoto. Dopo perde
It's unreasonable.
You like it, it's unreasonable.
No, you can say it's unreasonable. I try that myself. It usually makes I type and I'm ready. Okay. And then what I want to get is the answer.
Why do you want to go? Tempo. Più tardi arrivano tutto
una schiera di swallow. Va bene.
Das ist nur Maria Geburt und Maria irgendwas anderes.
Getting him a truck? I don't care.
Ja, die Schwarz hat irgendwas zu tun mit der Maria.
Maria Geburt, kommen Sie. Nein, Maria Geburt fand sie davor, längst wieder vor. Maria,
No, Maria Verkündigung.
Maria
Kommen Schwarz wieder.
Ja, slogan. Maria Assunzione.
Arrivano le rompe.
Arrivano le rompe. E a Maria,
Just tell the kids. And why not? Maria, how about a lovely pen?
Oh!
Why not? Grazie.
No. Adesso c'è l'altra cosa. Ma il momento. Il momento ha dato Rudi. A Carol. Sigarette. Caroline.
I didn't escape from the Paris scene. It was just kind of fate, you know, because it was winter time and Fuchs, you know the painter Fuchs and Jerry, his little friend from Brooklyn. Well, they were going to Vienna and Jerry said to me, you want to see some spas, you know, in Vienna. It's full of spas. And I said, sure, man, you know, I have to get a new 3 months visa. She said, come on, we hitchhiked. It was snowing like mad. It was a very cold winter. We hitchhiked all the way to Vienna, you know. And then I got there, and I went to the French consulate, you know, and I said, give me 3 months visa for Paris. So they said, come back tomorrow. I came back the next day, and they'd telephoned, and they found out I had an interdiction to seizure, you know. So I couldn't get back in, you understand? They said, you're undesirable, Kitty, you know, you've had it, you can't get back in. And so there I was, like, and I had no house, nowhere to go. It was snowing like mad, you know. It was freezing cold, and I was just walking around there in Vienna. And then I felt awful. Because at that time, like, the Paris scene was, how you say, it was like oxygen for me, you know. I couldn't imagine not to be anywhere else, you know. And I felt awful. And so I stayed there in Vienna, and I met up with Rudi. He was drunk when I met him. And then in spring we came down, we hitchhiked in Italy, you know. And that's, well, in a way, it's, I didn't escape, you know, it was fate, you know what I mean? I wanted to go back. If I had gone back, I wouldn't be alive today. It's for certain sure. You know, say I'd been able to go back then. I would have gone back, I would have lasted at the most another year, and I would have been a goner. You know, because already at that time, I was worn out. You know, when I came to Vienna, I'd had it. I'll show you a picture on Love on the Left Bank. It was taken about a week before I left Paris. And, you know, you can see it already on the face. You know, I was wiped out. I'd had it, you know. And I couldn't get out of it. Like, I didn't know where to go. You had no place. You only knew that life. It was one quarter, and we never went outside that quarter. It was all bound up, the lives of everybody. You know what I mean? And you only knew those streets. You never went out of those streets, and only those cafes, you know. And to be anywhere else was like being in hell, you know. Like, other people thought that was a hell, it was our heaven. You know what I mean? We didn't know anything else.
The tea ready. Thank you. tea's good. Hey, I've got a stranger in my tea. I've got two strangers. Can you read tea leaves? I can read your fortune in tea leaves. Gloomy old day, ain't it? Should get windy. Hey, Rappold, what are you doing? Hi. You got a fag?
Sure.
What's today, anyway? What's today? All Souls. It's All Souls today. Aye. Yeah. All the animals are going to be hot in the garden. Little white Mimi, Bishley, Felix the rabbit. All of them. Yeah. White Mimi's going to be out tonight. I wish Bobby was still alive. Don't you?
You should fall down. You should go down. There should be those black days and everything. That's what people deny themselves now. They want all the time comfort, and then they wonder that they get kind of crackers, man.
Yeah, and don't
It's
forget...
not normal. They keep on going and going, you know. They shouldn't be like that.
Modern life depends on the idea of the lightning rod. So the discharge doesn't destroy anything. And also of never building up tension. I mean, people go to the movie or look at television or anything to have a sort of shame outlet for their energy, you know, because otherwise they would get bad ideas. They wouldn't go to work the next morning if you want, you know.
There is a white moth sitting outside the door. He has a hat and a cape of white fur, and his wings are cream silk in color with black spots. He is a friend of the lady in a turban traveling on the night train to Budapest. He is the Tsar of Russia. World, womb, wise, wicked, witch, wind, water, wave, wild, weep, wisdom, wish, wand, wizard, whisper, whale, whirl, wine, wolf, war, wonder, worship, woe, wagon, wander, west, wedding, wife, widow, whiskers, wit, whim, web, weed, well, wrong, worse, woo women,